Experience, they say, is the best teacher, and learning becomes much easier if done through mentorship. Something the Obra Design Masterclass program aims to provide through the furniture industry's upcoming designers who have the potential to at least be recognized globally or even operate at such a scale. The Department of Trade and Industry's training arm, the Philippine Trade Training Global MSME Academy, organized a 3-month furniture design and product development training. This aims to find individuals who will later on carry the torch of an industry that could further bring glory to the country, as the local furniture industry has been regarded as the Milan of Asia since the 1980s due to artistic designs and craftsmanships. Guided by internationally acclaimed designers, the participants will surely learn a lot and improve on a craft they can pass on to future generations of furniture designers that will ensure it remains a part of our rich Filipino culture. Moreover, the Philippine Exporters Confederation, Inc., or PhilExport, projects a 15 to 20% sale growth for the furniture industry this year. And here with us tonight is Nelly Nita Deliera, the Executive Director of the Philippine Trade Training Center Global MSME Academy, and architect and Obra mentee John Elmer Bebeloni, to give us more information about this undertaking. Good evening, Nelly, and good evening, John. Thank you for joining us on PTV News Tonight. So, very exciting. We have an event culminating tomorrow about all the amazing work that you're doing. But before that, please tell us, Nelly, all about the Obra Design Masterclass.
Okay, so this is actually a 3-month course. We've onboarded fresh graduates, industrial design, interior design, architects, or anybody who has a background on design. And then they were actually given lectures and prototype development, and it actually culminates in marketing an international furniture show. I think what's very interesting about this Obra Design Masterclass is that they are not just students, but they are actually given the opportunity to work with, the masters in the field of furniture, and then they also get the chance of working with certain companies on putting together their ideas into prototypes, and now they're joining an international furniture show.
Wow, that is amazing. Now, John, you mentioned earlier during the break that you are part of this actual batch that is due to graduate tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
And your background is architecture.
Yes.
Okay, so tell us about the insights and experiences, or maybe anecdotes, that you have experienced in the 3-month journey you have had in the Obra Masterclass.
Well, first of all, I'm an architect by profession, and I'm a designer by passion. So it's really very different because architecture is more of a macro scale. And then when it comes to furniture, you have to be really detailed. And then one thing that I really learned in the Obra Design Masterclass is that you really have to be resilient in designing. Resilient when it comes to, you have to consider the factors like time frame, because we were given only 3 months, which usually takes 6 to 8 months to prepare a prototype, right? And then you have to really tell your story. You have to have a distinct character when designing such. So yeah, it was really a very fun and learning experience.
Okay, so you are menteed by some of the top names in the industry, and you will be culminating your designs tomorrow, right?
Yes.
For the Philippine Furniture Show. Okay, we'll talk about that later on. I'm very excited about it. So speaking of the Philippines being one of the major contributors to furniture design globally, of course we all know about rattan products. But apart from the usual rattan that you see, what are the other types of materials that are being used, Nelly?
Maybe we can start with, of course, what's really very common is wood.
Yes.
But we can actually imagine that, wood is just a wood as a furniture. But when the hands of Filipino, crafters and carvers are already into it, a usual, ordinary chair will become something like, a throne-like chair, or even a sculpture in itself. So wood would be one.
John, what is your material of choice?
Yeah, also bamboo would also be very good choice, because bamboo is very flexible, and also other types of wood as well. But really, one thing that you can play with materials is that a material that has really a fiber-rich property. So that's one thing. And then also, you have to consider the availability of materials like steel, stone cast, other types of materials as well.
Okay, so the furniture design industry is not without its challenges, but what are some inspiring thoughts and I would say encouraging words for those who would like to become designers? John, you're going through this program right now. You mentioned something very interesting when we started. You said you are a architect by profession, but you are a designer by passion. I like that.
Yes, one thing that really sets me apart from other designers is that I really put my heart into the things that I do, the things that I work on. So it really shows my identity as a designer. And also, one thing that I'd also like to really impart the other generations as well is that I want to inspire the youth. And to inspire is that you have to really love what you're doing, right? They have to get the story out from it. And then through that, it passes on from generations and to other people as well. So really, you have to stick with your principles and your philosophy, design philosophy, and that goes also hand in hand with really loving what you're doing. So yeah.
Great. So definitely you need to know also who you are as a designer,
Yes.
first of all, right? How about you, Nelly? What are some, I would say, words of encouragement for those who would also want to try out to be part of the furniture industry?
Yeah, okay. Actually, it's very amazing to look at these designers. You know, they start with sketches on paper, okay, and then eventually they do some, you know, mini or small items that's actually replica of what they have in mind, and eventually you see them come to life. I think that's one really very interesting to see how, you know, concept on paper come into tangible output, and you know, contributory to what would considered to be perks among the, you know, designers would be how they're actually contributing to functional aesthetics.
Right.
Not only in a particular office, but even nationwide, you know, things like those. These are actually, and of course, not to mention the awards. Actually, for this particular program, Obra Design Masterclass rather, we will be giving Best in Design for furniture, for lighting, and even for decor.
Wow, even for lighting. I like
Yes,
that. So
yes.
the whole set, it comes as one product. Okay.
Yes.
So we have been, I would say, really top-notch in what we do. In fact, several Filipino designers have been recognized globally. Of course, we have internationally renowned Kenneth Cobuenpue, who is also dubbed as Ratan's first virtuoso. We also have names like Vito Selma, Bea Valdez. What do you think are the unique Filipino qualities that make our industry known for the products that we produce? So let's start with John, since you are on the verge of unveiling to the world what you have created the past 3 months tomorrow. Go ahead.
So yeah, for me, I really look up to them. They are my mentors, and they really inspire me. So for me, what really sets the Filipino designers apart from other international designers is that they really show their culture in everything that they do, and everything, not only in design, but also in other aspects as well. They really show their cultures. But in design, we show our cultures through utilizing materials that are indigenous and that are found in the Philippines. And these materials are also really resilient when it comes to, they're very durable, and also they also really have that sense of high class quality that you can really show to the international scene. And also they really love what they're doing, and when you love what you're doing, I can really tell from the eyes, because when every time that my mentor Sir Vito always tells and imparts his design, I can really say that he really loves what he's doing. And through that, when you really love what you're doing, you can really show the world that this is my design, and it's really one of a kind, and this adds value to you as well.
Okay, how about you, Nelly? Working with different designers and I would say master classes throughout the years. What can you say sets the Filipino designer apart from the others?
Yeah, I agree with what John was saying. Designs that are actually anchored in tradition, designs that are actually anchored on, culture. I think that's what sets us apart. It actually differentiates the output of the Filipino products being anchored on, anything nature, anything culture, and anything tradition.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is, I would say, this question is for Nelly, how would you say the local furniture industry is doing nowadays? I know this masterclass program is one of the strides we're doing to maintain our world-class quality and to tell the world, we have amazing designers here and we have more to come. So what are the strides we're doing to maintain that? And what is the outlook of the furniture industry locally?
Okay, a lot of people or a lot of people in the industry are already talking about technology integration. Right now, particularly for the Department of Trade and Industry, we have shared service facilities, we have Fab Lab where we have equipment. We're making sure that the furniture industry are making use of this, because I think this is also the direction. Like, for example, technology integration, making use of CNC cutter, CNC that would have precise cutting and productivity and efficiency. Maybe making use of 3D printers, things like those. So these are things that we're looking at, integrating maybe sensors in the furniture that they're doing, things like those. Because I think a lot of other countries are already integrating innovation even in the products that they are producing.
Okay. I would say tomorrow, March 7 to 9,
yes.
You mentioned earlier, is the 32nd Philippine International Furniture Show, right? And you are the 32nd batch?
First batch.
First
actually,
batch,
of the
First batch
first.
for Obra.
Okay, got it. So this is the first batch. How exciting. Are these just going to be filled with the Obra Design Masterclass furnitures? Or how is the setup going to be? And are these furniture designs going to be for sale? I know there is a massive impact on export that we're also talking about.
Yes, actually we're expecting around 200 exhibitors. So the output, the prototypes of the Obra Masterclass designers will be one of those that will be put on spotlight. You were mentioning about export.
Yes.
Our office, the Philippine Trade Training Center, is actually mandated to promote export. That's why that's our very input to them. They've completed the technical competency, but this time we also wanted them to look into the business side for them to be able to also consider exporting their products eventually. So we're expecting around maybe 10,000 viewers or visitors or guests coming from the property development, coming from hotels, from resorts, because if we look at the products that they're producing, they're actually not for the condominium, but they're actually for, they are big, they are huge, and they are very ideal for
Large scale
Yes, that's right.
setups. Okay. All right. So to close the show, why don't you invite everyone to join the Philippine Furniture Show happening tomorrow, John?
So, hello everyone. So, first of all, Magabi sa tanan. I'm also Bisaya, and I'd like to invite everyone to watch our show and then watch the works that we've done for this master class. It's really exciting, and you can really see each and every one has their own identity in the works that they have. So it's really fun, and yeah, we can all be there and support our Filipino designers and artists.
So let's make sure to make time and pass by tomorrow until the 9th. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ms. Nelly Dillera and John Elmer
you so
Babyloni.
much.